Mate, fan of the jam.
Caught me by surprise, to be honest.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
It just kind of like sets the mood a little bit.
Yeah,
Dennis Boca,
that's all.
Tradies Network, mate. Thank you for coming on the show first and foremost.
Cheers for having us, mate.
Really appreciate it. So we're gonna have like a couple of things to cover. I'm gonna move as fast as I can today. I love your brand. I remember the first time I bumped into you at a networking event.
Yeah.
I left there and I come back and I said to Nathan, that Dennis guy, what's he do? And it's obviously the Tradies Network. So I'm going to start with like, what is the Tradies Network and what does Dennis actually do?
Look, mate, Tradies Network is self-explanatory at face value. It's a network of tradies, right? Obviously, there are multiple layers to it and the service that we offer. But the reality of it is we aren't a little black book of tradies. We're not an open directory of tradies. We are a little black book. So all points of contact come directly through us. If you need single or multi-trade quotes, then obviously we facilitate that from quoting, project management, invoicing and warranty. So it is a true one-stop shop in-house. We are licensed builders and we specialise in internal cosmetic renos predominantly.
Okay. And so Dennis, you're the owner-founder of the company and the Tradies Network. How did it come about? Tell me the sort of brand story and...
Mate, I've just clocked on the age of 40, mate, and since I was the age of 14, I've actually grew up on a job site. So doing cosmetic renos, I can still recall back over at Rochdale was the very first reno I did and closed in with one of my uncles and gave it a full facelift and quite enjoyed it. Ironically, though, I didn't actually want to be a tradie. Go figure. Ended up going through a couple of different paths in career-wise. So I'm the lucky tradie that got to go to uni. Did my business degree, majored in sport marketing, eat, live and breathe sport, being European, ethnic culture. We live with the round ball, mate, soccer. I turn into a crazy World Cup fanatic every 4 years. You should see the back of my head. It's been on Fox Sports and all that sort of shit, man. It's, eat, live and breathe it. But did postgrad in journalism PR as well to get my head around mass communication and all that. So while I was doing a sport marketing company for about 8 years, the phone kept ringing, Boca, have you still got a roofer? Have you got a Sparky? Have you got a Tyler? Have you got a plumber? Whatever it might be, right? And I'd always just facilitate, call this guy, he'll sort you out. Call this guy, he'll sort you out. And I ended up running that business for about 8 years in sport, not-for-profit sector, which I absolutely loved. It was the best paid hobby a bloke could ever dream of. Once the kids came around, mate, and had to go back to one income, it was always, true to what I knew I needed to do, which was go back to tradie life, but run it very different to most builder models.
You 1,000% do that. So when I seen you, I was like, I don't think he's a tradie. He doesn't seem like a tradie. You have such a cool brand. So the marketing and that obviously plays massively into that. And is that your strong suit or?
Yeah, absolutely. So even in my business now, I am actually licensed and qualified as a builder. I've done the hard yards in project management, used to do estimating on high rises for Hutchies and everything in between, mate. Got plenty of awesome commercial projects, under my belt, like Bunnings, Zaraffa's Coffee, Hungry Jack's, 7-Elevens. Like we've worked on so many pretty epic projects, but my forte is actually making the phones ring and paying the bills. That's, as a business owner and an entrepreneur, that's where my mindset has always been. And I've been in the industry, 25, 26 years now. Ironically, I feel like we're just getting started.
So exciting, man. So exciting. So some of the milestones and achievements, you've done some really cool and big stuff. What are the stuff that sits out to you as being like those really key events throughout the journey that you've been, I suppose, really proud of?
Look, I've always been quite proactive. Like I never waited for shit to just, hit me in the face to, create opportunities. You've got to go out there and chase them, right? So I always knew a skill set of renovating and also knew the skill set of marketing. So for me, it was always going to be a hybrid of what that was to eventuate into a business model, right? And look, we don't shy away from it. I even tell all my chippy apprentices that come on board with us, we tell them the secret to success in this industry, right? I literally tell them straight, chippies become builders, builders become developers, developers become rich. Period.
Completely agree.
That's it. So reality of it is we want them to actually succeed and excel and eventually have crews, and then we can subcontract to them and everything that comes with it, right? So it's never just trying to look at, sucking the life out of the industry. We're actually here to give back. So unfortunately, a lot of my predecessors didn't really like to teach. They had the backwards mentality of training and retaining. They actually like, I can't teach you to do this or you're going to cost me more money. I'm like, man, I'm eager to learn. Like if you teach me some shit, I'll be more resourceful, more beneficial to your business. But yeah, it's definitely, we've got the opposite mindset. We look at getting our apprentices signed off, qualified sooner rather than later, so they can start earning more coin. And it's a different culture that we've got compared to what I grew up in the anti-apprenticeship era.
I completely agree. And I see that in your guys. Yeah, you can definitely tell. Like I've met quite a few of the boys that work for you, and they're very autonomous. And like usually, as another business owner, when you see a young autonomous guy that's actually highly capable,
Yeah.
you know that the leader is giving them a lot of power, a lot of freedom.
Yeah, culture's a big thing, man. Like professionalism, culture, everything that comes with it, man. Like we're here to get shit done. Yes, we have a business. I often say to any business owner that I do meet or someone who's asking for advice and all that sort of jazz is if you've got half a decent personality and half a good business model, you'll do really well, especially if you're good at networking and everything in between. You will absolutely kill it in any industry if you've got that mix.
Yeah, you make so much sense. Yeah. Major pivots or breakthroughs. Has the business always been what it is today?
No. We actually had a slightly different model to begin with. We were actually pimping out trades via an estimating sort of service and project management more than anything to, like I said, the big guys like Hutchies and all the tier one builders. It wasn't actually until a few years after we'd already tested the waters and tried to navigate through it, then we ended up getting our own builder's license and starting to really evolve into what we've got today. So we're obviously very active in promoting our business. Brisbane Home Show changed the game for us as well. We started to exhibit there and trying to really put ourselves on the map where, every February and September, 20,000, renovators in Brisbane, they come to the home show and come and meet trades, suppliers and all that sort of jazz. And it was an eye-opening moment to think, we're going to treat this as a brand, not just a builder.
Yeah, I love it. And you've got two brands. Explain the brands to me.
So they are synchronized. Tradies Network has evolved into Local Property Network, which is actually problem solving once again for the target audience that we're trying to hit. So obviously the real estate market and property is obviously saturated and crazy to even navigate that minefield of buying a property. So we've already been collaborating as Tradies Network prior to this with other buyers agents, mortgage brokers, and all that comes with that to help people give them a price for a reno before they even buy the property. So in the last few months, we've kicked off our own as Local Property Network, and that's what you see today. So we are actually helping clients buy a property. That's 80% what they want, and the other 20% can be done with a cosmetic reno. So we can help them factor in all of that budget spend before they even go to the banks and get the loan. They know exactly how much to offer for the property before knowing how much the reno is going to cost them as well as a combination. So a dynamic duo.
No, I love it. Yeah, I love it. I think it's so smart. There's so much stuff that we're going to talk about after this as well. But one belief that you have that most people disagree with, and it's paying dividends.
Don't compete. I'm like in Sportland, I'm competitive as shit. Like I literally once took my staff over to Pat Raft Arena and I challenged every single one of them to beat me in a mini tiebreaker. I beat those little shits 7 to love. I've made them change my name in their phone to Dennis 7-0 with a crown on the friggin' on the phone, right? But in business land, I'm all about collaborating, not competing, right? I'm not looking at what, over my shoulder is what the next guy's doing. I'm doing my own thing in my own lane. So I'm not competitive in a business sense. I'm collaborative. So look for other businesses who have that collab mindset, and you want to go far, you go together.
I know you are. Yeah, completely agree. Anything exciting you're building or launching at the moment?
Just really kicking it into overdrive, mate. I think Local Property Network is as I said, the evolution of Tradies Network, and I think it's really going to facilitate a real big need and an appetite, in the Brisbane and Gold Coast sort of markets. I think, for the next decade, it's going to be pretty cool to watch it and grow.
I reckon you're going to rip as well. Yeah, I certainly agree.
It's not just us. Like we're a collective, as I said, mate. I'm not Tradies Network. I'm not Local Property Network. We are. Like it's always been come along for the ride, and like I said, that's why I rely on so many versatile trades, versatile professionals in their field as well, with mortgage brokers and building and pest inspectors. All that comes with that. Like it's having good resources, and like I said, being in the same industry for 25, 26 years is what's evolved into what's today. It didn't happen overnight, man. It was a lot of blood, sweat and tears and grinding gears and never a dull moment.
We're going to hold it there because we are going to double back and do this again.
Yeah.
It's going to be an extended session next time around.
Yeah,
I'm going to million questions. Where can people find you for today?
Jump on Tradies Network and Local Property Network on socials. Instagram in particular is probably our biggest platform. But yeah, come see us. We're locally based at Camp Hill and get shit done.
Appreciate you.